Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today. And today, the Houston Astros lost to the Texas Rangers 11-4 in Game 7 of the ALCS. And news really quick after the Houston Astros got eliminated by the Texas Rangers is that now Dusty Baker has told some people that he is planning on stepping down as the Houston Astros manager. Now, Dusty hasn't said this himself, but there was one reporter, and it was also Astros insider Chandler Rome, both reported that Dusty Baker plans on stepping down as the Houston Astros manager. I mean, I don't feel like the Astros would fire Dusty Baker. It's just my opinion that, after everything he's done with the organization in his short amount of time with being with the teams since 2020, 2020 went to the ALCS, 2021 went to the World Series, 2022 won the World Series, this season went to the ALCS. You can even debate about some of the decisions he made this year with, the daily lineups and the decision with, catchers, who's playing catcher, or who's the catcher, or some of the other decisions he's made. He's still been pretty good as the Astros manager in four seasons. So I think if Dusty Baker and the Astros are moving on from each other, which that should be the case, that they're moving on from each other, it should be on a mutual decision. After what he's done for the Astros in the short amount of time, that it deserves it should be like that, where it's a mutual decision. Now, I hate where sometimes you will see it in sports. You see an organization and a coach or a manager decide to part ways, and really that said team is firing the head coach or the manager in sports, and sometimes they make it seem like they're mutually agreeing to part ways, but really the other side is saying get out. But with this situation for the Astros, I feel like both sides think it's probably time to move on from each other. And I mean, for Dusty Baker, he might be thinking it's probably time for him to move on from baseball. He's going to be 75 years old soon, so he's probably thinking it might be time for me to in my career. And I'm going to make a football reference here. It reminds me a lot like Tom Brady. I mean, look at what he did, and he waited an extra year. I've said this so many times throughout the season with the Astros that Dusty Baker should have retired last year. I mean, I know he said he wanted more. He wanted to win another, but I think it would have been better off for this team. I think it would have been probably better off for him to end his career with a World Series championship, something he's never had in his career. And I thought that would have been really good for him, and he didn't get that chance to get another. And now, if this is the end of Dusty Baker's managing career, if this is the end of his career as a manager, that means he's gonna end it on a bad note like this, being up 3-2 in a series and losing the final two games at home and getting knocked out by your rival in the playoffs. So, when we look at Tom Brady, his last year in the NFL, I know he's a player. I know it's a different sport, but he had a career year in the 2021 season, and he should have retired. I know, difference is that 2021 season with the Buccaneers, he didn't end up retiring, he didn't end up winning a championship like Dusty Baker did, but he had an amazing year, and that's the way he should have ended off his career. But instead, he got a little greedy. He wanted to win another championship, which difference with Tom Brady and Dusty Baker's, Tom Brady already won, 6 or 7 NFL Super Bowls before that, while Dusty Baker, that was only his first. That was only his first World Series, so he wanted to get another. But Brady should have ended his career while it was ahead, and instead he played in the 2022 season with the Bucs, and he looked terrible, and then he retired and ended his career like that. So I believe Dusty Baker should have ended his career last year or his time with the Astros after winning the World Series. But instead, if this is the end of his career, or this is the end with the Astros, he has to look at it like that instead of winning the World Series. And he's even said that they're still thinking about last year's World Series, which I don't understand. But you guys, let me know your thoughts on the You give them your thoughts on Dusty Baker potentially stepping down, as it looks like that's going to be the case. That's the video. If you guys enjoyed, let me know your thoughts, and peace out.